Here's another late development, and this news keeps coming in as we're talking here.
It was like 3 or 4, right? I know we done, whatever it is.
Yeah, we're done.
There's 7 to
I definitely want to talk about a few of those 10, the 10 rules that he made for himself, or that you should make for yourself.
Yeah.
But I think we should just start
highlighted
with,
this whole.
if you had a special one you wanted to talk about, that'd be great. But one thing for sure, I guess we can just go around real quick and just talk about how we felt about the book now that we're done with it. And ultimately, like, where does this fall on our list now? Because we've read 3 books. This is the 4th book, right?
Yeah.
It's not following. It's not beating my other books.
It's not beating your other books. This one's probably second now for me. This is second and
It's a
probably the
good book.
first
It's a good
I'll
book
let
for learning and stuff like that.
Yeah, 4 books. Yeah, this is probably second.
We got
for me
Alchemist, and Miseducation. I would say this one. It's a tie for second. I still like Spook the most just because of the story and the way it went.
Yeah.
And then the Alchemist and this, and then Miseducation. Miseducation only falls 4th for me because it was repetitive. Like,
yeah, so that could be last because for me, but everything else, Alchemist, Spook, and then these 2.
Alchemist, I think
The Alchemist gonna be first because
went,
it's gonna be something. It's gonna be different every time you read it,
yeah, I think
depending on what you want, what you
No,
got
it's
going on in
crazy.
life.
So this is my second time reading this, and it hit me different this time. But I've read it 3 times now because I read it so fast that when we first started again, I read straight through it, and I read it again. You start picking up more and more stuff and looking at this.
But it's also gonna hit you different according to what's going on in your life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really felt for. I think I was copacetic on the books, but the Spook, I think just because it was the first, it was just legendary to me. This is probably going to be second. And the Miseducation Negro really just enlightened me on parts that, man, either we hard-headed as fuck or we slow as fuck. But either way it goes, like, there ain't no way in hell we hearing the same shit over and over again and still not getting the message. So that really stuck with me. And then The Alchemist is not 4th because I don't like it. It's because I really feel like when I read it again, I'll be in a different place. And I'll be ready to hear a lot of the messages I ignored in the first 3 chapters. So that's just how it falls for me right now. Overall, from a financial standpoint, a lot of people are going to read this book expecting there to be a secret in this book. The secret is habits. It's education. Like, no, seriously, I for this to be a book about finance, he doesn't use numbers at all. He doesn't talk about them. The only time he really brings them up is when he talks about your asset column versus your expense column versus your liability column. He doesn't really mention like.
But you know, it's 3 books. It's 3 books to this. It's like a saga.
Yeah. And I just like that because it goes for the common denominator in that situation where it's like you don't need to know money from a standpoint of numbers. You need to know money from a standpoint of behavioral and also, like, capturing people's attention in the markets. He had those the big 4 for him, which was talking about, accounting, investing, marketing, and the law. So none of those things except for accounting and investing really tell the numbers. My feel for this book is it has to be a book we're reading in high school, man. There's no reason why we should be reading this literature bullshit when pertinent things like this are out there. It's mind-boggling that this is being kept away from people, and it's probably because he makes a direct jab at the school industry. the story between the rich dad and the poor dad, I wanted to see that develop more. For some reason, I would have loved to see an interview of the rich dad and the poor dad to really grasp like what they're talking about, because you can always hear something from a third party, but like to actually hear their own words, like the disappointment he felt when he left the Marines, or when he went for that salesman job, and he said his poor dad was sad about it, while his rich dad was constantly encouraging him. So I would love to see that. I would like to know what happened to Mike. Yeah, and
No, I was gonna say
but for me
something
that
to
was,
that.
yeah. Go ahead.
No, oh, I was gonna say
But
something to that as far as like I just wanted to know if uh like if we did read this in school, and he said something interesting in the book. He said that everybody doesn't have the ability to be rich because of certain of those 10 principles they just couldn't do or wouldn't be willing to do. I just wonder if everybody was reading stuff like this in high school, how would it turn out? Because we do need workers. Like you gotta have people that's willing to work. And what's that look like?
yeah,
I don't know.
but I think it comes down to it's the same dynamic for, a football team, or you got everybody's not gonna play varsity. Everybody gonna have a jersey, but everybody ain't gonna play. Uh, there's water boys. There's equipment managers. There's different ways to be involved. You just got to find your niche. Not everyone can lift 400 pounds. There's going to be physical limitations, mental limitations, and just uh, 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 education limitations. But I think what he ultimately wants to tell you is, if one limitation is hindering you, doesn't mean the other aspects will. You got to be able to pivot. The dude that cleans the World Trade Center, the two Twin Towers before they got put down, he was a millionaire because he invented a way of cleaning each floor faster with the smaller version of the little ice scraper thing. That machine that we be seeing all day. He helped patent that, so he's a millionaire. He was a janitor, but he don't clean up no more. So I think like it's your ability to pivot. Really talks about that. But how did you feel about the book? Like, what was the general gist before we deep dive? JB?
Yeah. I think overall, like I said, I finished. I guess I finished it 3 times now. I love this book because it reminds me of the different things as I continue to chase wealth myself to keep it simplistic.
I got
Um,
a call. I'll be right back.
but it
Yo.
remind me to just keep it simplistic as I continue to chase wealth,
Mm.
and then also like as you he said something very, I think that was, it wasn't profound, but it reminded me to always keep studying and learning. He's like, just because you sold a couple real estate properties don't mean you know what you're doing. Like you still need to seek
Mhm.
information, seek advice, and seek knowledge. And I heard something yesterday when I told you I was on a mentorship call.
Yeah, I'm my bad.
And he
Yeah.
I'm
talked about
bad.
your brain like a part of your body, and you need to work it like you work out the rest of your muscles in your body. You need to work out your brain, and when the brain go, it worked kind of the same. And it just reminded me of kind of this book and trying to acquire wealth.
Black, you back?
Yeah, I'm back, y'all.
Yeah.
So how you feel? So how did you feel about this book? Now that you're done with it, how many times you read it, and what was your feeling on it?
Oh no, that was my first time reading this book, bro. I liked it. I thought this it's an educational ass book. But now I feel like I need to read that third book, not the second one, as much as I need to read that third one. But I liked it. I like the saga, man. I like how fucking it shows who you are too. For me, it shows who I am because I ain't that. Once when I if I get it all, once I get it all, that's it for me. Like fucking, I'm not gonna keep pushing. I got a goal to get somewhere. Then after I know that My kids and their kids good, I'm good. Cause I ain't about to work forever. So if I got something that's set up to where I'm making money and I'm cool with that, I'm gonna teach them how to do it, and it's gonna be on them to keep that shit up. Cause I want to
I
retire and go live in
definitely feel.
Ghana. I want to live like when I like to a point where I don't need much or nothing, bro.
Yeah, you want to do how my dad doing right now. My dad literally been retired for the last 10 years and
Yeah,
just living off of.
running water. I got running water, internet. I just chill in my house and walk around in the country. I probably fucking give me a lion.
He got it. He got 6 chickens and a
Yeah,
turkey.
yeah. And with them chickens, he can feed himself forever.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Um, the we the thing that a lot of people took for granted, I think, when they start reading this book, is that they're going to be reading this book trying to ascertain some secret when the truth is really just locked in you. He talks about being unlocking your genius, unlocking your marketing genius, your ability to make money. Um, what does that like? What did that look like? And he gave us a perfect example in the beginning of the book when he literally tried to go out and forge money out of lead, and how he didn't know that was against the law, but that was showing a young mind trying to unlock the secrets of making money. He eventually figures it out, and I thought like real estate was always going to be his thing, but turns out he had his own business and he produced stuff and he made stuff. But ultimately, he unlocked his money-making ability. For me, my unlocking my money-making ability, I think is still hidden to me. I have 2 ways of doing it now. One is stocks, and then the second is my broadcasting. Both of them are on the low end, but if any one of them ever took off, the other parts of my life become less significant. Like, what the fuck am I arguing with you when I'm making money over here? Like, you put the time and energy, but he dispelled that for me and brought it to my attention that no, you have to keep that same energy for all things, because all things will make you money. So anything making you money, you have to put that same equal energy. What have you decided, JB, is going to be your money making idea? How have you unlocked that money making idea yet for yourself?
I wouldn't say the idea. Well, I have unlocked the idea now, and I'm reading a book. And y'all just stay tuned. I'm gonna be creating a group soon, but I really just want to do investment groups, and start there. But my ultimate goal for myself has always been to be a venture capitalist. So is to create money and then help others create money for themselves through investing and helping to build like small businesses. Like you see so many small businesses struggling. Like I know how to help you. It's just about one of those things he talked about in the book, arrogance. Are you willing to listen or not? And at that point, go from
Man,
there.
and that's a great point. The arrogance, and it's even just as humble as talking to your friends. He talks about the friends he has too. Like he has rich friends and he has poor friends. But before we get into that, Black, have you unlocked
Yeah.
your money making idea? What is it, and how do you plan on making it come to fruition?
This real estate shit, bro. The real estate, getting property rented out and motherfucking learning more about these stocks with all these books that I'm acquiring. Shit, I got seen um Jeremiah post one. I'm gonna do that other Rich Dad Poor Dad book about the stocks and everything, and then fucking get into the different stocks. Trying to, I want to put I need to find that what's Elon Musk he got this new tech company for the
Those.
chips that he want to put in people's brains and shit. The who?
Oh, Boar. Oh no,
Is that
wait, that's
Bohr? I
his
think it's
tunnel. His
Neurotech or some
no, that's
shit.
his. Yeah,
Cause Bohr,
Neurotech. Sorry, Boar is his tunneling company.
yeah, yeah. So Neurotech is the one he gonna be putting chips in motherfuckers' head and creating these AI robot ass people. And then the world gonna end. But I want to get rich out, like see if I can put some money into that shit. That nigga is insane, bro. I was watching this video the other day as an interview. I'm like, this man crazy as hell, bro.
It's
Like
like
Kanye is the good version of him, if y'all know it or not. He is the bad version because that nigga's
Yeah.
insane, bro. Like the way he talking about what these chips gonna do to people, you know them chips gonna fucking flip people out and turn them crazy. Kanye is doing basically the religious version of it, like making people better, but not making them robots, bro. He want to make them farmers, you know, musical geniuses and artists and shit. And this motherfucker, Elon Musk, want to make you an iRobot so that you don't have to think for yourself. He was like basically like what's the name asked like so basically you won't have to talk to yourself like yeah, but you'll be able to speak to each other without saying nothing. I'm like, man, this thing is crazy. The chips he's saying this was 8 months. The interview was 8 months ago. He said in less than a year, he will have it so that he'll be able to put the first chip in somebody's head. So if you can't walk, it'll make you walk. If you can't hear or see, it'll make you hear and see, and it'll make you smarter. And it'll lock your memories and stuff, so you'll know if you're doing something that you've done before. It's just crazy ass shit, bro.
Would
That man
you
is
would
insane.
you
that's
imagine
the
like
thing
not
about
having to
humans
go?
is they say we only use like 11% of our brain.
Yeah,
Somebody gonna try to
That's
figure
not
out
true. We
how
only
can
use
all the rest
11%
of
at a time. A lot of people misconstrue that. We only
yeah.
use like a certain percent at a time. Like it's just like on and off switch. Hey, if you ain't thinking about sex, that part of your brain just shut the fuck off. But at any given
it.
time, 11%.
Yeah.
But
That
like
never made
people,
sense to me that people kept
Yeah.
saying that. I'm glad you cleared that up.
But the best part about it is like somebody gonna be hacking that shit, bro. Because your shit got to
oh
be connected
hell
to
yeah,
something, so
you
somebody can
played
hack
Watch
it.
Dogs.
Hell yeah.
You
So
played Watch Dogs.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm playing. I done played too many video games that I can hack your brain, bro.
I seen that robot. I know how this is.
I'm not
Not
winking
even
at
our robot,
nobody.
because they was just robots. Those were just robots. But we seen the AI movies. We seen it. Look,
Right.
man, we
I
seen
know
all
I
type
know
of
how
crazy
this
shit.
is. I've seen all the shit.
Remember on Jurassic Park, that little girl was a robot, basically, like
It's,
a creative person.
Minority
Yeah,
Report. And seen that one. I know
Man,
how this go.
yeah, I'm
But
good.
you watching all those movies, you knew it was gonna happen. Like it's coming. They don't just come up with these ideas from nowhere.
yeah, that nigga nuts, bro. And then he was like, he was he don't like people like basically the dude in the book. He don't like him. He don't like Warren Buffett and none of them type of people either.
Who?
He don't like people that invest in stuff. That Elon Musk. He don't
Oh,
like
Elon
people that
Musk doesn't
invest in
like Warren
stuff.
Buffett.
He no, he don't like nobody nobody like that, bro. He rather you do the work.
He don't think they smart.
Yeah,
You don't think they're smart,
He
but I
don't
don't.
he don't
Well,
respect them as geniuses.
yeah.
yeah. But Warren Buffett
He
never
no,
claimed to be a
he said
genius.
out his
He's just
mouth.
good
He's
at
like,
real
I don't
estate.
like. He don't. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. He don't like. Look, he don't like one. He out his mouth. He said, I don't like him. He don't like the things that he does. Like he don't like. He rather he like inventors more than he like people that would invest into stock and stuff like that. So he
Yeah.
don't like like real estate buys and stuff like. He just got rid of all this shit. He said he's selling all his houses and everything he owns. He said he ain't
When
gonna
he
worry
sold
about that
eleven
stuff. He's like, why
percent,
would
when
I
he
be
sold
worried about?
11, yeah, when Warren Buffett sold 11% of his stocks in airlines, I instantly made $400 off of my $9. Like it's
Yeah.
it, Elon has a new wave of thinking. He wants the old guard to respect him, and he's not an old guard person, so he's gonna do it his own way. But I also don't
He don't
feel
want
like
nobody
Elon
respect him,
Musk needs
bro. He don't think. I don't think he care about nobody respecting him, bro. He don't care about people, bro. Like you can tell he feel like he dumb himself down to talk to people. He don't like talking to people, bro.
Yeah, you heard what he named his son.
He said, bro. He said out his mouth. He's like, yeah, Basically, that's his name, bro. AEXT. Fucking number 7. It's just he named him after an airplane too, bro. Like part of his name is an airplane, bro. But the motherfucker said, why would I worry about building a house I'm trying to get people to Mars?
Man, he got big dreams.
Yeah,
I'll,
he
I'll
trying to
give him
kill
that. He's
everybody here and
innovate.
just move to Mars.
Innovation is the key to success. So let's talk a little bit then about some of the innovations. he had another conversation about McDonald's in this chapter where he talked about most people can make a better burger than McDonald's, but McDonald's is richer than us. And it
Yeah,
talks about how, like, what does that say about McDonald's ability to market and a McDonald's ability to appeal to the most common denominator? That concept kind of
I think
it
he
didn't.
called everybody lazy when he said that too, though.
He is he calling them lazy for like lazy or just not
Because then he
aware?
say like, if you can make a better burger, why don't you do it? Because it's
But
like,
but he
like
then
you
he
got the
also
ability to do it, but why don't you do it?
but he tagged them with the backup question of don't reinvent the wheel. Just figure out how to sell the wheel better.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm never going to beat McDonald's in selling burgers. They've cornered that market. But what I can do is franchise out to McDonald's and make money that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, JB, how do you feel?
McDonald's
What
ain't as
did you
big as
get
it
from
used to
that
be.
statement? I haven't
No,
had
I
McDonald's
agree.
in
I
10
agree
years, so
with that.
I don't
Like,
care.
yeah, I haven't had McDonald's in so long. I couldn't even tell you, but um, yeah, I agree with this thing. That's really what he said. Like, it's one, it speaks to McDonald's ability to market. Some of that is coming along at the right time. Like you, the first real fast food joint selling burgers, all that, whatever. Part of that is the ability to market, but then like if you see it working, why not get on the wave? Like, or find another wave that's going up. That was something else that he said. Like, and that was what I was thinking about the other day. I was like, damn, I was kicking myself about not getting Tesla when I got it. Because I wanted to get it earlier. When I
I'm up
started at
so
Merrill
much on
Lynch,
that shit.
I knew to get Tesla. Yeah, I knew to get Tesla when it was down at $90, and I forgot. Like I just didn't do it. But now I got a new principle. Like if I tell myself about a stock, I'm putting $100 on it. I don't care what's going on. Throwing $100 on it, and then at least it's on my tickers, so then I'll see it more consistent. But
Mm.
then it's about just finding the new wave. Like I told y'all about James Brand. Like I'm always looking for. One thing he said in the book is like small caps and hold them for 2 years, sell them, go get another one, hold them for 2 years, sell them. So I'm always looking for small cap stocks. Like I don't need it to go anywhere
Uh,
from $1 to $10, but just do that.
it's money you literally didn't have a chance to make before. Another thing that captivated me about that, um, when you do apply yourself in these strict or restrictive areas, he talks about being okay under pressure, and that's something I love. I love when I feel like there's a deadline looming over me, when I feel like I'm on the clock about something. Like me getting to Chicago is zero pressure, but because I put a date on it, I feel initiated to do it. I talk about it, I want to work with it, I'm trying to get more into it. How important what is your pressure tactics? Do you handle pressure well? Do you like it? And when it is applied, how do you feel you've accomplished? Black.
We spoke about pressure, but like I don't really feel pressure about anything, bro. I just get through that shit. If it's there, I just get through that shit. I don't really feel pressure. Then we spoke about the pressure related shit with the spook.
With the spook, a lot of
So
that
like
came
when
through
shit
there, and
come
but I
along,
felt
bro, we
like that
just
was more
yeah.
like a pressure to do things, but like a pressure from a financial situation.
I don't even feel that either, bro. I ain't really dealing with nothing that I can't get through with like 1 week of work. You know what I mean? So until I really get dive deep into this investments and real estate, I won't really deal with that. I don't like for the most part, I got a backup. You know what I mean? Like I can always hit my brother up, like, bro, I need 10,000, and he'll be like, all right, here, you know what I mean?
Mm.
I'll give you that shit back later.
All right, all right. Well, then, what about you, JB? Like, do you have do you have a pressure method? Do you have a way of applying it? Is there pressure that you like react to, and
I
has it made you better?
I apply pressure to myself. It's really not like external pressure. It's all internal, and it's just simple, like I want to be able to do this, I want to be able to do that. To Black Point, like, I done been to a point where I ain't know if I could pay this or pay that. So I've been past that already. I'm through that. Like I already know that every single day is just a day. So now it's just internal pressure that I put on myself, and I've even learned to give myself a new sense of grace because I used to put, I wouldn't say unrealistic goals to myself, but it'd be like, all right, I need to be a millionaire by the time I'm 25. Like, okay, I didn't accomplish being a millionaire by the time I was 25, but I did accomplish, like, I ain't seen a negative bank account since I was 25, and that's a big deal. So
Yeah.
then, um, starting to at least push myself in the right direction.
No, definitely,
That's
definitely.
always the plan.
And then we talk about those the 10 rules, or the 10 bylaws that he uses to govern himself. And these are like habits. And he says, even if you're looking at my habits and you don't like them, make your own. I think holding yourself accountable is the most important thing. Out of all of them, the one I want to focus on is paying yourself first, because people hear this, people have been told this, but they don't really understand this. And even as of today, and even as I was reading, I didn't understand it, because when he says pay yourself first, I was like, oh yeah, I'll put something in savings, but that's not really what he's
Yeah.
talking about. He's talking about putting it into your investment or your asset column, and not to pay your bills first, but to pay yourself first. And I thought that was so mind-boggling until I looked down at my account. I got paid last Friday, and I said I was gonna put 600 into the stock market, but I was like, oh, let me buy this. Let me pay off the rest of this investment course. I mean, not the investment course, the real estate course, before I do that. And I was sitting here like, damn, I literally just fell into this trap. Now, some people can say, well, no, technically you're teaching yourself, and this is an investment in yourself. But the fact is, I said I was going to do something to directly pay my asset column. That's my investment column. You always pay your asset column first. So have you fallen into this trope, or was there something else on that list that stuck out to you, JB, that you wanted to kind of push on?
No, I have fallen into that, and that's why I said, I've made that new rule about, all right, when I get paid, I'm throwing X amount, $100 into Robinhood. I just look for something. If it's something that I already got or something to add to, I throw another $100 into Robinhood. Um, and that's me paying. That's like me getting just used to paying myself first, and going from that direction. Because a lot of people here like pay yourself first, and then they go buy something for themselves. So do other stuff. Black, you got music going on. So,
Oh,
Like,
so I thought
I
that
know,
shit was
right?
muted,
Sheesh.
bro. I'm just standing in the park, that shit just got to play music. I cut that shit off a long time ago.
and then damn, it was another principle I wanted to bring up. Did he? Was it discipline? I think it
That's what
was
I'm saying. Discipline was the main thing, bro.
discipline.
Discipline is the gist of it.
Yeah, and that's where I'll be honest. I'm on a 75-day hard challenge, and I started it just because I wanted to see what it was like. And then I started reading more about it, like the dude that started it. And like one of the things he say on it, he's like, if I told you could change your life in 75 days, would you believe me? And I'm reading it, and I'm like, but I was on day like 11 or 12, something like that. And reading through it, and I just ordered the book that he wrote. But it's true though, because I got a few people that's going through it with me, and
So we ain't
the
really never
physical
had no
gains, I
old
made a
money.
post the other day, like the physical gains are great, but the
We got a whole
mental
lot of new
gains
money
from
though.
just every single day working out twice, going outside, work out, drinking a gallon of water, making sure I'm reading, like the mental gains of that from a discipline standpoint. I'm just excited to see where I'm at in 75 days. I fuck around to be a millionaire in 365, just because I'm so like routine right now.
Let me know when you can put your cash. I'm just coming, hit you up, Rob.
Black ain't gonna wear a mask when
You
he not
got
on
your
the
bag.
door.
Your bag of meat is what you walking around with like Mayweather. I'm gonna come holler at you.
So then what about you, Black? From the top 10 list, do you have your own, or was there anything from that list that kind of struck you as, yo, this is facts?
The discipline part was the biggest thing for me. I said that like that's the biggest thing for me, the discipline. Being able to just be like, nah, fuck it, I'm just gonna take care of this shit. And I gotta do that. Cause my discipline suck when it comes to food. I'm about to eat a Swiss roll right now, but I'm about to work out today. So it's one thing I got, but good for the day that I'm gonna actually do some workout. But I'm about to eat a Swiss roll.
I always tell people
I
always tell people when it comes to dieting doesn't happen at the house. It happens at the grocery store, because you have to put that shit in your cart. You gotta, like, when I'm walking past the cereal, I don't even look, I don't even glance down there. Nothing. When I see the donuts on the sale next to the bakery, don't even look at it. Like, it starts, the discipline starts at, boy, I'm telling you, I saw the donuts, I was telling myself, bro, I could have one donut. Like, it's been 6 months. Like, I'm good for one. And then you start telling yourself you deserve it. The pandemic's been hard on me, fam. I deserve this. You start telling yourself the lies.
Like, I deserve.
Yeah. Discipline really starts at your weakest moment. It's the decision for you at 9 p.m. to keep walking past the refrigerator. I think it's crazy that my living room, I'll never buy another house that has my living room, my kitchen, then my bedroom. Never again. Because it forces you to make those tough decisions. Another thing he talks about is charity, and that was his number 10, and when to give. He says that his poor dad never gave charity because his poor dad never had money to give charity. And I always saw, and I find this strange, because especially in today's day and age, where I don't have cash on me because I live in a digital world. I pay for things with my phone every day, and especially now with COVID, it's encouraged. If you have somebody cash, some of these convenience stores, they won't take it from you. So, like, I don't have cash on me, but there's been many a times I've seen people out there on the corner just waiting. But then I got stuck with that illusion once again. Pivot. You don't have cash on you, but you can go buy this person a meal at McDonald's. You can go grab a $3 small fry drink and a burger. Hey man, here you go. It's all about how you pivot. Was there anything else, JB, that you pulled from this from that list of 10, or something else you want to add, preferably? Like, because there was some stuff I wanted to add. So was there anything you wanted to add to that list?
So I read this book. I read this other book. It's called Morning Miracle. I don't know if I talked about this on a podcast, but part of what I do, I can't say every morning, but I try to do it most mornings, is some form of, and it speaks to the charity a little bit, some form of gratitude. So like reaching out friends, family, somebody, thank you for pouring into my life. Visualizations and meditation. So I get into, praying and worship, my mental, try and take care of that, exercise of some sort, and then journaling. So it's like, he calls it the lifesavers on it, but I started that, and it really made a huge difference in how I go about my day. Like, I do that before my wife is up, my kids is up, everything. I'm usually done with that by like 7:30, but it make a huge difference how I start my day. Like, I still have bad days, but I have less of them. I have bad moments, but I have less of them.
What you want to add, Heero?
What I'm trying to add, to be honest, is to get 4 sponsorships for the podcast. So, like, I can start paying people. Like, one of my greatest goals is to give people access to wealth. And, like, I just think to myself, like,
hey, a lot of females want to join a book club. I might not them in.
Really?
Y'all want to do that?
I mean, you probably have to change the title.
A little bit, but man, because these niggas ain't really coming anyway.
Niggas don't come. Niggas don't
You
show
know,
up.
But
I
I got
just I don't.
a nurse who want to join, and a matter of fact, no, I
I
can't
mean,
say.
I know other dudes that are joined. They just they ain't go to high school with us. We don't know them like that.
So I ain't do it. Like I won't care if they went to school with us or if they went to school at all.
I
I'd
know
rather they ain't never been to school.
a few people that are joined.
Yeah. So
I
just
feel like
send them my
because the
Facebook so I
people.
can add 'em. I gotta make. I'm gonna make 2 more admins. I'm gonna make you and Hero admins so y'all can add people
All right. I got
and Rob too
yeah,
and the medic.
I put a few more people in the group. They'll get on. Like I said, we reading 10 pages a day.
Especially
Just in this 75 hard, I got like 10 people in that with me.
Yeah.
especially since we're going into that Obama book next.
Oh, breezy.
Did everybody already buy
That's
that
my
shit
boy,
or?
man. Hell yeah.
I got it on
I'm still
audio.
talking.
I'm finna buy the physical copy just because it just looks so hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I might buy the
You
hard
guys,
copy too.
you guys are pissing
Hero
me
ain't no
off.
my God, man.
You know, that's my boy. I fuck with Obama, man.
You gotta take the politics and separate it. You know what I'm saying? Just take the
Yeah.
politics, separate it out. And then once you
You
do
know,
that,
you
once
saw.
you do that, you're like this motherfucker might be the coldest, man.
Yeah, bro. That's
Whew.
my boy.
Once you take the politics
I'm
out,
ready.
that's all you gotta do, Hero. Just take the politics out. He was just
I,
doing.
I don't gonna take the politics out, bro, because
No, I'm
he did
saying
what
for
he did.
Hero, you know what I'm saying? I don't take it out either, but
Yeah.
for Hero, you know, he got them blurred lines. You know, he can't
Yeah.
you gotta just take it out.
Man, Hero can't take that shit out. He fuck with Biden, bro. That nigga the most conservative Democrat that was in there.
Yo, hold on. Watch your mouth. I don't fuck with Biden. He's just a better alternative, man.
Cause man, I wish it'd have been Yang or motherfucking Biden, bro. So bad. I wish it would have been Yang. Cause right
Yang
now,
ass
well
just
not now, but
Yang
next month we'll be getting that little money.
Yang ass was just too. It was too cool to just fall in line, man. And he didn't really have good international politics.
I ain't get no fuck. He
What the hell
gonna
he
have them
gonna do
China
with?
politics. Give me that motherfucking $1,000 a month.
Yo, but ultimately, I guess
That's all
I
I
don't know.
cared
This
about.
book, well, real talk. When we talking about that money, the UBI would have been great, but like you would have had so many people because there's a gang of people out there right now talking about, oh, that's communism, that's socialism, that's bad, bro. That's literally the only reason why this country's even functioning right now because we sure as hell wasn't getting no checks for the last 6 months.
That little 600 is just so disrespectful, bro. Like, god damn.
I just said something.
Hey,
That's barely
when
a
I
day
got
and some
that
change
shit,
of work for me.
bro, the funny part about it was because I already knew I was gonna get the full amount because it was based on my taxes from 2019. Tell me why. I then look at
Uh-huh.
my account to see it. They said, "Oh no, we're gonna mail this check to you." The postage stamp and the time of delivery is costing more than what's on that damn check. The
I didn't even get a
disrespect,
check.
the disrespect. But the book
That's
warned
why.
us
That's
about
because
this.
you
The
ain't
rich will
look.
do.
Claim your losses, regardless if you making over 100. Nigga, make it look like you didn't make over 100, so that way you getting all that shit. Cause I made over 100, but why am I gonna pay? I need all that shit back, nigga. I don't like paying taxes no more, especially after
Not
this book.
paying
I ain't
taxes
never
no
paying
more.
taxes.
I'm not paying taxes no more. I need Rob to open his own firm.
Yeah. Now Rob want to make it big, bro. Like Rob trying to be like president, the first black one too, at that
I
of
already
whatever
know, but
company he with.
I already know, but he gonna have to compete against me. That's cool.
Yeah.
We gonna run against each other. No, I'm gonna run under him.
May
I'll
the
be his
best man
VP.
win.
Rob got he got a way different type of firm though. They audit people, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want an accountant I know.
I just want to be rich enough to where his company audit me, and he'd be like, "Oh, they cool."
Get the C corp.
I know him.
Hey, because that's low key.
He ain't never
Like
did
that's
nothing
low
wrong.
key.
He ain't never did nothing wrong.
I just
That's
thought
low
about
key the
Breaking Bad.
situation that I find myself in right now. Because I'm like, okay, I'm about to get this C corp situation. Because I was telling my brother, like, man, I don't want to put all this on the LLC, the family LLC. I'm gonna put a lot of this on the C corp. And he was like, what's the, I'm like, well, first things first, you know, it's all tax deducted, and it's all before tax dollars. So
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna get that first house, make the second one, and put my office within the house. And he was just like, bro, I feel like you're gonna get too
Mm-hmm.
deep into this. I was like, isn't that what we wanted? Isn't that what we need? Somebody that's just deep on that side.
Because
Also
you can
looking at
buy a
those
crib,
private
like a building, and turn a basement into a office.
shoot.
You hear me?
Yeah, the three family house.
Yeah.
And
So you
that's
get a
it.
3-family
That's
house, or a 3-flat, and then in the basement, you turn that motherfucker straight into a motherfucking office.
nah, it's for me, I am literally out on that mission. But like I I then also took from this book, he told me that that's not enough. I love how when he got to the real estate point, he was like, that's not going to be enough. He said it could be. And you know, we talked about the bar of entry. You got to at least be making 70K. Now, I'll tell people like this, because I'm in school and I'm finishing up school. Like a lot of people took out loans for school. I just took out half of my investment in stocks and paid for it. I was like, I don't want to take out another loan. But the bar of entry and your ability to pivot. Like if there's a certain level of rich you want to get to, that's fine. But the rich stay rich because of their ability to
I don't
innovate.
want to. I want to be wealthy, bro. I want to
I
be
mean,
wealthy.
rich and wealthy is one and the same to me.
Not really
Even
rich. Yeah.
because
Nah.
I'd rather be hood rich and
Rich people go broke fast as fuck.
Rich
rich
people
people
go
are
broke to me.
irresponsible,
Wealthy
Yeah.
wealthy
people go
people.
broke.
They do not.
Yeah, basically. When I went to Merrill Lynch and I found out that there was people that literally spend $700,000, $800,000 like in a month's time, I was floored. Like there was a couple that we had, and they had double-digit $1 million, and they was probably in a late 60s. Husband passed away. Left the money, and the conversation with the wife was, you can't continue to live this lifestyle if you want to have money for the rest of your life, because he made the money. Like, she didn't even know how the money was made, and she just didn't understand. She didn't get it. She would take
How
like
important is that
cousins,
shit?
nephews. Yeah, like she would take everybody with them on these extravagant vacations for months at a time throughout the year. Like, but you got 10 plus $1 million. You about 70 years old. You need to just relax. You only got 10 more years to live
Man,
like that.
turn up, live like that. She can live like that for 10 years. She just ain't gonna leave shit to nobody. They ain't work for it either.
That's
So I don't
crazy.
have a problem with you
You
people
know,
not leaving
you
nothing for
know,
their people, but
but
but I want to leave some. But I don't have a problem with people not either.
yeah, I
Like,
don't
yeah,
have a
like I don't
problem
want.
with
Yeah.
people not either. But do you know how much money you would have had if you just not spending $800,000 every 6 months?
Yeah.
I
I
wish
don't even know
I
what it
wish I
is
knew
to buy like
what
that.
yeah, like what are you buying? I think one of the best examples of like financial literacy that I had as a kid was I had a teacher in Africa. Her name was she was this English teacher, but she taught finances to us in Africa, and her name was Miss Hitchcock. And I was like, all right, what you about to teach us in finance? And the first thing she told us, like, all right, you got one day. Like everybody wants to be a millionaire. That was what she was saying. You got one day to spend $1 million. And you have to spend $1 million on the dot. You can't go over, you can't go under. You can buy whatever you want, but you have to be able to use it in your present day. So for back then I was like 12. So she's like, you can't go out and buy a car because you can't drive. So you know what every kid
But
did.
you rich, you can buy a
They
car.
just opened up. I mean, you can buy a car, but you can't use it. It has to be stuff you can use in your everyday. So as a kid,
You rich,
12-year-old
you can pay the
kid,
cops.
shut up. It's about the principle. It's the thought process. Think about it. You have these kids.
I wasn't going for that
Like,
shit.
yeah, she thought this out probably. But what she was trying to teach us was, you know what every kid did? They just went to Toys R Us and just started listing the 1999 toys and games that they wanted. But when you really got down to it, you could have bought one of every single one of those toys and still not even make it to 200,000. So what a lot of kids found out, and what I found out was, damn, I can't spend this money fast enough, which made me also think, why would I want to? So ultimately, at the end of the week, we came back, and it was only one group, and it was my group, me, Martin, my boy Martin, who was from Australia, and my boy Yakubu, who was from Ghana. We've actually came together and made $1 million on the dot. So I thought that was so interesting. But the things we bought or the things we had to buy were almost irrelevant to us. One of us decided to buy farmland to cultivate our food. And then the other person decided to buy people and like buy investors into this. Like it was crazy the things we had to buy as kids to spend that money. So like, what would you buy if you had $1 million?
You ever seen
What?
Brewster's Millions?
That's what I was gonna bring up.
You ever seen
No.
Brewster's Millions? That's
No,
basically
what's
that concept.
Yeah.
So his
Oh,
uncle,
really?
I think it was, his uncle left him $300 million.
That's where she got it from, bro.
And he had to spend $30 million in 30 days. But he couldn't donate money to charity. He couldn't buy new assets. He couldn't buy, like, he had to just be spending the money. And he had to spend $30 million in 30 days to receive the rest of the inheritance. Or he could just take the 30 million and go. I think that's what it was. Or take a couple million and go.
I don't remember if it was the uncle or not.
But
I just know he had to spend that loot before the time was up.
No, yeah, it was.
Was it Eddie Murphy or Richard Pryor?
It was
one of them.
It was his great uncle. It was Richard Pryor.
Okay, yeah.
It was his great uncle. Because he was a
What
minor
ended up
league
happening?
baseball
Spoil the
player.
movie.
He spent it. I forgot how he ended up spending it at the end, but he came up with some idea, and I think he could. It wasn't he was giving it away, but he was like paying people for like weird stuff. Like you'll come in and you'll leave his you'll bring him a room service or something. He writes you $1,000 check. Like you come in and sign the shoes or something. Go, you went and got him some food. He writing you $1,000 check. But it's so crazy trying to watch him spend $30 million. He was losing his mind trying to spend $30 million because the average person, you don't really like. How do I spend $30 million? And so you don't need to. You don't need to spend $30 million in 30 days, but you see athletes do it. You know, $30 million in a year.
Well, one of the stories I always tell people all the time.
What's
my first house in the NFL, my first car in the NFL, both came from players who just had too much. O.C. Human Euro I was living in the hotels, I was showering at the stadium, and he was just like, "Oh, why you always showering over here?" I was like, "It's free." And he was like, Don't you get your first check? I was like, "Yeah, but shit, I gave that to moms, paid off some debt, young rookie here. I ain't got money like you." He threw me his keys. I had a 6-bedroom house at that point. And then I was like, "Bro, I can't get there. How am I going to get there?" Called his agent, said, "Hey, you know that Dodge commercial? Let's get that to Heero." And at the end of the day, they'd be like, "You can have a car on set, or we could give you the money for the cash value of the car. Tax paid and everything." I was like, "No, give me the car." And all right, cool. Shoots over. Didn't even run that commercial. Didn't even run the commercial.
You should have got that loot and got a motherfucking a Honda.
I was dumb, young and dumb, bro. Young and dumb. I had all the muscles in the world. I had all the muscles, but I had no brain.
He was like, "It's free. I'm in there."
I'm in there.
But it
I
was
drove
black
that
and it was
bitch.
charging.
I drove that shit home. I drove that shit 23 miles. It had no insurance, no license plates. I didn't even think of all that shit. I was like, all right, cool. Police put me over. Shit, he gave me the car. That was dumb as hell. And sure enough, the moment I got cut, he called my ass back. Was like, "Hey, bro,
I got
so
a free
since you ain't on the
car.
team no more, I'm gonna take all that shit back." I don't like the way he called people. He called them Indian givers. I was like, "Hey, man, that's where that shit came from." Okay, but nah, that's called ROI, man.
They let
Return
you
on
use
investment.
some shit into the time to get it back. Like, get my shit back. It's over now.
Dream's over.
Hey, dreams over. Guess I'm going to Dallas.
Now, why you get cut again, nigga?
Because, man, I wasn't no superstar. I ain't no tenure. And if after winning a ring and you're a rookie, your shit go up immediately. And they wasn't trying to hit none of us like that. I played in 8 games, less than 4 minutes each game. I was a practice squad motherfucker. And that's
Did
how
you
they
hit
do it in the
anybody?
NFL. Oh yeah, I sacked Tom Brady. That's my fame to claim.
When?
That was
What game? What
week.
year? What month? Because you gotta know all that.
Man, I don't know that shit. That's
I want to pull up the
2012.
YouTube video. Where
Oh, I
your
already got it
highlight
on
clip?
YouTube.
Because I was
It's
in the
on
Marine Corps
YouTube.
talking
It's
about
on
you.
YouTube. You already know it's on YouTube immediately. That
Yeah.
was my fame to claim. Like I got this shit on YouTube already. Oh, you know I got it on YouTube.
That's right.
It was a half
So
sack. I'll tell the truth. It was a half sack. But I got there first. I just couldn't take him down because I low key when I hit him. I literally was like on the bottom pitch. I'm like, "Hey yo, I just hit Tom Brady. He's like, "Bro, I'm right here, man. I'm right here." I was so amped. And then I got up to celebrate and I was running towards their sideline. Like I was so discombobulated.
Man, in a whole nother
Like motherfuckers
world.
pushing me and
Oh,
shit. Like, get your ass back to your sideline. Coach
motherfucker, a
nearly
whole
got us
nother
a
world,
delay,
man.
nearly got us a 12, nearly got us a 12 man because my fat ass couldn't run off the field fast enough. It went from great to horrible, like real quick. Coach Tom Coughlin, old ass, looking at me like, I don't want. He told me, he said I can't even get on the bus after the game. That's how I knew I was in trouble. I was like, damn. Said all these rookies, all they do is showboat. I hate showboaters.
So your contract
So
was
that could have fucked you
to
up,
the
being a
ring.
showboater.
Yeah, for sure.
Your
Like that
contract
was
was
week
tied to the
6.
ring
But like,
because you won.
so all rookies sign the same contract. It's 500,000
Right.
for the first year, 750,000, and then you get a 1-year option for 1.5 million if they pick you up for your 3rd year. After that, you can then go into the charts. Your goal as an NFL player is to make it 10 years because then you get lifetime everything. If you just want it, lifetime everything for you and your immediate family. If you just want it for yourself, you just got to make it 5 years. If you want to be like invested and own a partnership, a percentage of the NFL or your team, you got to make it 7 years with any team. So what you'll see a lot of people do is run the practice train. And literally, this is a whole underground part of the NFL that no one even talks about. There's a group of people who start in New York in spring and travel around the country as practice squad players. And they just travel and practice. They do 4 weeks, they get cut, they go to the next place, do 4 weeks, get cut. And your goal is just to try and get off of this train. But if you're still on train, hey, you get hotels, you get free food, everything is good. All you got to do is really just play football and stay healthy. But when you get on this train, you find out that there's motherfuckers been on this train for 10 years. And that's how they got their tenure.
It's
Or
basketball
7
players like
years.
that too.
So 6.
Yeah.
Oh, no, for sure. But like the thing that's kind of was depressing to me, and that's how I knew I wasn't going to do this shit anymore, was me and this dude was checking out the same hotel. And he was like, "Oh, I think it was Brown. He had just got his big break at Baltimore." broke out for a 106-yard touchdown from a punt return. Changed the game. His phone was ringing off the chain. His agent was telling him, "Hey, Dallas wants you down there. Baltimore wants you to stay." He's talking about who's going to pay you. And I was like, "Damn, bro, how long did it take you to do this?" He said 7 years and three homeless stints. And right then and there, I was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good."
Who you say that was?
Let me look his name up. He was a running back for the Browns for a minute, and then he came to New York.
You talking about the big swole dude?
Oh no, he's from
Brandon
Illinois. He never had any issues. Did you know he actually robbed a bank that the team owned as a test trial?
I didn't know that.
Fun stories with that guy,
I
man.
didn't know that. I'm sure there's a lot of fun stories in the NFL.
Oh,
Hey, but do we gonna do anything else about the book? This was a huge tangent today.
Yeah, we did go off on a tangent.
But as far as this book, bro, these books, like with the Rich Dad Poor Dad book, shouldn't be books of like so much discussion as far as much as it should be us finally fucking figuring out what we're gonna do as a group. Stop putting some money into something like certain shit, certain fucking stock and shit. We need to get into that as a group.
Well, I gotta, my little bro has the Trade Tribe where we talk about stocks every Sunday.
Yeah, Heero. I mean, I ain't talked to Luke in a long time, bro.
I mean,
I used to see Luke on the side.
I don't even know if he got the same number.
Yeah, we all got the same.
Because I used to randomly text Luke and just say something like, "What's up, bro?" You know, anything. But that's my boy though. Luke was always my boy.
I used to see Luke on the sidelines in Champaign. I was like, they need to put my man's on the field, man. They had him in a polo. Like,
remember every time Luke got hit, every time Luke got hit, he went to sleep. Luke was a basketball player.
My man, I remember Luke.
And then he got big as hell.
He got big as hell. I'm like, Luke, what the hell? What's crazy, I was thinking about that the other day when I was on my way back from the gym. I remember asking, I'm like, Luke, what happened? He was like, the key to this, you got to eat before you work out and after you work out. I don't care what you eat, just eat something. And I was just like, I still remember that. Every time I work out, I eat before I work out.
That nigga Heero got big to the motherfucker, boy.
Luke got big as hell. I'm like, who the fuck? What the? This nigga put on 100 pounds. God damn. This nigga is slow as hell.
Tired of being bullied by me in the house.
Hell yeah.
I think
he got big like that because he was more slim than you while he was big.
Yeah, he was slim.
So if he'd went to any type of UFC, boy, he'd have fucked you up, Heero.
Like,
he'd have got any type of other training, bro. He would have.
Hold on. I was an all-state wrestler. He would not last 3 minutes in the ring with me.
Yeah, you talking about a wrestler, bro. I'm talking about them kicks. Boy, he'd have kicked the shit out of your big ass trying to run towards him.
Long arms he got.
Yeah. Heero had Luke had the perfect fighting body.
Run up.
Heroes
everybody got a plan till they get punched in the face. Run up.
Hey, you know Chandler Jones.
I'm gonna pop on your motherfucking nerves, Heero.
You know Chandler Jones and Arthur Jones, John Jones' brother.
Yeah.
Or cousin, the son.
I pick
John
my
Ball,
fights.
like
I
they
know my fights. I think the strongest fighting technique is running. Like what you that's the only stat that matters. How fast are you? People out here don't want to hear all that shit. But I think, like, to your point, Black, we could probably have a discussion about that because do we want to jump into the book, next week's book, just flat out, or do we want to have a discussion, like just have a real like sit down and like talk about this investment shit, like what are our stock options, what are our availabilities? Yeah, so we want to do that and give the book a the book a 1 week
pause. Certain investments.
That way we can start right on.
We can start that shit next week.
Yeah.
like ain't nobody even looking to the chapters. How many chapters and all that shit chat?
Yeah,
Yeah, no one's
it's
broken down
long.
yet.
That shit long.
This is gonna be the longest book we've ever read for sure.
That's gonna be good. I like that though. I don't get no
Even
fuck.
my Audible say 24 hours. But
Yeah, I
listen,
like
The
that,
book
bro.
is 24 hours on
You say
Audible.
what? It say 24 hours?
my Audible said 24 hours of listening time. I could have been.
Wow.
God,
Let me go back.
Let me go check that shit because I bought the Audible too.
Yeah,
But it's Obama reading it, so I can listen to that nigga talk at work.
he talks slow as hell too. But
Uh, uh,
gotta speed that
hours
shit
and
up.
29 minutes left.
Oh man.
Yeah,
damn. So we gonna have to do like 8 hours a week.
yeah, 29 hours and 10 minutes is the total length of the book.
Damn.
And the book don't
I'm
even.
starting that shit tomorrow, bro. We gonna have to we gonna have to do that shit next week though. Half of the stock shit, half of Obama.
Yeah,
All right.
it's in parts. So it's part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6, part 7. 7 parts. They all
So part one.
They all about 3 hours long. They all
That's a
about
that
4
it.
hours long. Every part
God
is
damn.
like
So
4 hours long.
every one is the length of the total listening time of Rich Dad Poor Dad. Rich Dad Poor Dad was 3 hours and 40
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Was it though? Because a couple of them chapters was over an hour.
Rich Dad Poor Dad in total time was 3 hours and 45 minutes.
Shit, you listen faster than me.
I speed my shit up.
Yeah, I go to 1.1. I can't go much faster than that.
Wow, and create.
But yeah, Rich
Dad Poor Dad was.
It's under 4 hours.
Okay, so that's a lot. We gotta have to hold on. We gotta think about this. That's reading this book. We go from reading a book in 3 weeks to reading a book every week.
Yeah, basically. But I mean, I know I could do it. Cause I just listen to it on my walks every day, so I'll be straight.
I mean, if that's what we're gonna do, that's what we're gonna do.
But yeah. I mean, it's gonna bleed over into March. We might not finish by the end of what's called, unless we break it up and do one part a week. It's just 7 weeks, so that's 2 months.
Yeah, now we doing that shit next month, so we can start like I said, some of it next week with the stock shit, and then some of it the week. You know, we doing all that shit.
Part 2 is 5 hours. Yeah, they either 4 or 5 hours. But
yeah, I'm doing a whole one next week.
I feel like it's cold. Yeah, I'm gonna do a whole whole part 1 next week.
All right.
I stopped because y'all told me to stop. I've been waiting on this moment. But yeah, we could definitely talk about some other options and some moves, and that's why I said I was going to.
Are y'all on Clubhouse?
Like,
Nah, hell no.
Because
is that just an Apple?
We do like a morning. It's just for Apple, but we do a meeting where we get on Clubhouse right before I get on here and talk about stocks and our picks. But I put the link. Let me put the link in the chat right now for y'all.
I honestly want to take it a little bit further than just like stocks though. Like I want to look at like actually
Property and shit like that too.
Corporation, like properties, or even if like we know somebody we know got a business, and helping them come up with a business plan to help that business be more successful. Like we could buy into that business type shit.
Yeah, we could do that too, but we need people to not create the same business everybody else creating, or at least get it together so where they gonna all do it together. I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah,
but I said I create a warehouse for all them shirt makers.
Yeah, so like right. So I know somebody with a printing company, all the people that make shirts, like going through, if y'all all flushing y'all shirts through that, right? Something like that.
But they be taxing people. That's what I don't like about the guys that doing the print shit.
Nah, he don't be taxing. Because he did his own shit. But he just Yeah,
And if
him.
they smart, they'll take over
You
your
think
business
you
too.
think Angry Hero?
Huh?
No, I don't know
Y'all
what you're
ever
talking
heard of
about.
Angry Hero? I think I
Mm-mm.
wore their stuff one time,
Uh-uh.
but
Yeah,
he
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
like PS wear stuff. Uh, he went to South. His name Dane, but yeah, he got a printing company. He be printing shit. He done printed for Virgil and
I
shit.
just put the I just put the link up in the YouTube. I mean, in the chat. Uh, it's my it's my boy. He be talk. We talk finances and we talk like trading and stocks and all that thing. But like yeah, me and Eric are actually trying to get shirts made for the identity booth, and we want to do a thing like where we get like a pre-order going on, so we know the exact number we need, and our goal is to get to like 50 shirts pre-ordered by the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, you're absolutely right. I don't want to fall into the trope of, all right, me and my homeboy, we making these shirts. All right, all y'all
Nah,
making shirts. Who's making the pants? Who's making the shoes? Like, who's making the
right.
socks? Who's
Yeah,
making the
nah,
belt?
nah. So
Hats?
that's
Something.
that's 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 part of the reason. That's part of the reason for having the group too. Is like if it's people that's like, all right, I want to do this kind of business, like talking through it with them. So you know how you end up with a liquor store on every corner. Like it's a liquor store right there, and there's a liquor store right there. You know, or a church every 5 blocks. Like y'all didn't talk about these business plans. We could do something else, do something together, do something different. Then like we ain't all gotta invest in it. Like if it's not for you, you'd be like, no, I'm gonna sit this
Mm-hmm.
out. And then but you know, if you and then you come up with the contract based on how much you invest in, that's how much your return look like.
Mhm.
So obviously
Yeah, I
we
think it's
need
definitely worth the
See,
more.
when it comes for
conversation.
me though, like when I want to create group shit, I rather split everything the same, regardless of what's because everybody can't put in as much as we can put in.
That's
So
why
I
I
don't want to make
said,
nobody feel like outside. So like if you put in what like whatever you do, like if you can't put enough money in, you got to work physically
right.
to add up to the amount that we put in, so that way we split it equally.
But this how I'm looking at it though. Like if I be like certain investments I invest in, I only invest a little bit in. It's not based off of my belief or anything like that. I just would rather put more money over here.
Yeah.
So that's just how I look at it as from that standpoint. It's like Shark Tank. Like, you know, you take your investment. It's not that I don't believe in your product, because if I didn't believe in it, I wouldn't invest in it at all. I just I got other things going on, and I'm gonna let you run with it as a major player. But if I take 51% of my investment in it, now that's like my business now.
Yeah,
You know, and I'm
that's
in it.
that's an investment for it. And it's definitely going to be opportunity for people to definitely talk contract, talk money, and business etiquette. Like those three things, I think, and what how we go
Mhm.
about doing this, because a lot of
That's
people
how
are
I
going to be
really look
just
at it. Honestly, if you don't,
yeah.
no, go ahead. Here.
I was going to say that a lot of people don't really grasp the concept of yo, doing business with your homeboy is still it's still you need to have certain barriers of entry. You're not gonna be every conversation is
Yeah.
not gonna be friendly. A lot of people take that shit for granted. I told
Right.
I own my podcast and my broadcasting with my homeboy, and I have own control and I control a vested interest. I'll still come to him for advice and stuff, but when it comes down to the list and what's going to be happening on the channel, that's my say so. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, but it's a mutual understanding. Everyone has to be on that same page. And I think a lot of people don't really have that business etiquette, because I could tell you no, and some people take that shit personal. But I always tell
Right.
people that's why I
The
like
biggest
doing
thing for
business with
people to
black.
understand is, bro, to be a great leader, you have to start off as an amazing follower. You got to be, but to be a good leader, you got to be a great follower.
Mm-hmm.
So once you learn how to accept the basic of simple shit, you good.
Yeah, that business etiquette is a big. That's why I really want to start the group. Like, if nothing else, I think if we wanted to make $1 out of the whole thing, I think we will all learn and grow a lot from it. Like, we'll learn a little bit about this business, building business plans, working together, coming together, for a common goal, and then all it takes is literally one business for us all to be in on, and that shit just go off. But it's a matter of us starting somewhere, growing. Like we all know, like I tell people all the time, literally all the time. I live in Bloomington. There's one fried chicken spot and there's no jerk restaurant. If I open a jerk restaurant out here to go crazy, because we got so many college students from all over that eat jerk food, it just ain't nowhere to go. You know, we got it's just the chain capital of the world. But if I opened up a jerk restaurant, marketed it the way I'm supposed to, all the concepts in the book, boom, there you go. And then that's just a matter of kind of that being able, that financial genius he was talking about, being able to see the opportunity, putting it in the right spot. And then the other part of it is having the financial capital and the people behind me to back it, to move it, because I can't pay the employees yet, but I don't know enough about building a business from that ground level. And if I could put people, like I knew people that knew how to do that together. In the restaurant business, it's fickle. Like, but if you put people around you that's got that experience, you learn. Like, why? Because I always hear all the time, like you learn from failure, but I could learn from failure, or I could learn with people that's done it before, failed already, and we don't have to fail.
You know, and to your point, a lot of people ask me about that. Like, why are you always learning from your failures? And I tell a lot of people it's because a lot of shit I have to do on my own. Like when I have reached out to people,
Right.
when I reached out to people, people like either didn't know, or you reach out 3 or 4 times, you don't get no bait. It then becomes that situation: are you waiting on an opportunity, or are you gonna go make one? Because then the next step would be for when someone else finds me, I can tell them, well, I did that. It didn't work for me. This is what I did. I'm not saying your plan won't work, but I'm telling you how my shit worked. So a lot of it is just me saying, I could try something, fail, and come back and do it again better before someone could teach me. Experience is the most valuable asset I have. But at the same time, I'm not opposed to reaching out. Like I came when Black said, "Hey, Heero, you want to be part of this book club?" I was like, "Can I expand this idea for you?" He said he didn't give a fuck, and here he is now playing 2K on the damn podcast. Like he ain't asked for this shit, but here he is. Like you gotta be grateful for the little stuff. So innovation is always going to be like a priority.
At this point, we just talking. So hey, look, what I'm gonna do for some of these podcasts, bro. I'm when I get that green screen, I'm gonna have that shit up. And when I'm doing everything, I'm gonna be double podcast. I'm my book club playing 2K. Because I'm listening.
Black out here a streamer. Hey, Black Twitch was out here shooting that dragon with arrows, and I was telling his ass, bro, you not about to kill this dragon. Just go straight, dip off to the right, and then come back and get across the bridge. Black out here steady shooting arrows, and then that motherfucker flew off and he got pissed.
I was pissed because I didn't watch the rest of the YouTube videos that were telling me to just shoot arrows at it. So I didn't know that I couldn't kill him. I didn't know he's gonna leave on some whole shit. And if you turn the game off, he get all his energy back. So in order for me to kill him with the energy I took away from his ass, I would have to keep playing for some more hours, if not a day.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that game, that's one of the I love that game, bro. I think that shit dope.
I'm about to go live now, so I can.
Yeah, I think that game dope, bro. Yeah, but shit. If we done for the day, I'm gonna fuck with y'all a little bit because I'm about to damn near be streaming and yelling. So hey, join the stream, Jeremiah, man. I need some support. I need some followers.
You ain't never even sent me your link, but
I need to get 50 followers.
You streaming the game?
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna find some kids for you. I don't watch games.
You ain't got look. You got an iPhone?
I got an iPhone that's my work phone that literally stay in the basement all day.
See, bam, you can put on the iPhone.
The phone to work with, and I just can't figure out how to use 2 phones. I'm
gonna come raid your stream, Black. I'm gonna come raid your stream in a second.
Yeah.
Black just out here looking for support. That's all he looking for.
Talk shit. I just need 50 followers so my Twitch can get become what's the name?
I'm gonna put my little brother on there too. He be watching that shit.
Shit out there, bitch. Hell yeah, but I'm gonna stream this 2K. No, I ain't gonna stream 2K. I'll probably play what's the name in a little bit. That Demon Soul. That shit cold.
I realized something about myself.
All right, fellas. I'm gonna jump on so I can draw because I need to commit my once I catch up with y'all.
But no, tell us what you learned about yourself, nigga.
No, I just learned that I can't play the game by myself. Like
oh, that's why I play online.
That's why you stream. Yeah, that's why you stream.
Or play online with your boys.
We all play at different times. That's the problem. Then what was going on? I was playing at midnight because I was working when they was playing, and they was playing when I was working. Playing at fucking midnight and 1 o'clock. I was just like, fuck that. But all right, fellas, I'm gonna let y'all get out of here. I got a second workout to get to.
Yeah, I'm about to eat my Swiss rolls, some cereals, and then work out.
Don't do it, Black. Be disciplined.
He missed all that.